Yes, welcome back to Bray and Ethan plus Drizzy, the 27th of June. It's been a busy week in the world of WA football, Colts football, AFL football, and particularly Aidan O'Driscoll's life. Aidan, welcome.
Hey boys, how are we?
Probably better than you. You look a bit hungover this morning. You were down at Little Creatures last night, having a couple of pints of the pale ale.
In that video, that was the only beer I had, I promise. And I'm not going to lie, because I don't drink much, I was a little bit tipsy after it.
What beer was it?
Lightweight. It was just like the traditional like pale ale. Like the original Little Creatures, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pizzas look good.
Yeah, they were really good. Really, I rate them highly. I'm meant to be going for dinner tonight again with the girlfriend, and it's also meant to be pizza. So I might post that in a couple of days after because I don't want to look like a fat fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Or an Italian.
Yeah,
pizza.
It's Il Locale or whatever it's called.
Good Italian. Ethan, welcome along.
Thank you. Yes, so much has been happening, and I feel like not even the best is yet to come. We got state 18s this week, both boys and girls. And
is this the double header?
No, it's not the double header. Saturday, Sunday.
Who's on Saturday? Who's on Sunday?
The
boys are on Sunday at Marvel.
Mm-hmm. No, they're both on Sunday. Sorry, they're both on Sunday. Yeah, but
okay.
but both are not here.
Mm-hmm.
Allies over there for the boys, and girls are versing South Australia here. But yes, both on Sunday. Yeah. And then we've had a sacking in the Colts, East Perth. So that's
and the league at West Perth.
Yeah, so
controversial happening all over the WA footy scene at the moment, but I don't know, I flicked on the telly last night, or actually my phone, the AFL app last night after footy training, and saw that Port Adelaide had a live broadcast of their training session last night at the Adelaide Oval. What on earth?
What?
Carlton just didn't rock up.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Oh, that was so embarrassing. That was so embarrassing. Nathan looked at the score like before we got our pizza, and it was generally like 60 to like, I don't know, it was like 20 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
I reckon it was worse than that at one stage as well.
Yeah.
So why? How can a football team be so bad?
Carlton.
It's just the most Carlton thing ever.
Yeah. It is. I thought we were sticking clear of AFL.
But I just had to get that off my chest. I thought it was horrible.
Fair. Let it out.
I like to come in here on a Friday morning after a bit of a high from a good Thursday night game, and Jesus, that was horrible.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a shitter game on a Thursday night.
Besides that, boys, how have we been? How's the last week? Was it good?
Standard. Yeah, standard.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Had a good win on the weekend, actually.
Did you?
Footy, yeah.
How much?
Might have been, I think it was like 48 points.
Yeah. Oh,
I think it was 58 to 8. I know that's 50. I think it was 52 to 8.
52 to 8.
Yeah.
They put up 8 points.
Yeah, we kept them to 1 goal 2.
Oh, no, that's horrible.
Yeah.
This is a C5?
Yeah, C5 reserves.
Love it.
Where'd you play? At Swanath. I told you were meant to be out there. I didn't see you there. I put on a clinic down at full forward with about 15 almost touches and 3 touches.
Clearly didn't enjoy your bye week to the full max.
Just tell me when you're playing like a little bit closer.
Well, Baldivis is probably closer than
Let's face it.
We're playing down there tomorrow.
Yeah. If you're not going to head when you have a bye for the Ds, are you going to head anytime?
No, I want to come watch a game of Brays. Yeah. I want to come watch the man run around.
You can do the running if you want.
Yeah, well, I may as well.
Perth have another bye?
I think they do, yeah. Coming up in like 3 weeks or something. But yeah, I've only ever seen Bray in the green. So
good to know you're across the schedule.
Yeah.
I don't even really want to talk about my weekend.
I haven't looked ahead.
Because, it was a great weekend. Don't get me wrong, but it was just, hectic. It was, Transperth, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it.
Happened?
Why are you on the train?
Because it's just easier to get, because I had to go from Claremont to Freo. And it's just easier. It's on the same train line. And
for both 2 footy games?
Yeah. Claremont for Colts, then Waffle W. It wasn't, there was a bit of a break in between.
So what happened?
The train lines were down for the whole weekend, but they didn't bother to put any notice up about it. So I get to Perth Station. And I had to get a bus from there to Claremont, which wasn't too bad. And then I just got an Uber from Claremont to Freo. And then got an Uber after from Freo back home.
To be fair, it's not too long from Claremont to Freo.
I know. You should have just stayed in Freo and parked up at the Arbour or something and had a couple of beers.
Anyway, let's move on.
If you're Ubering home, you may as well enjoy yourself.
So, did you search this up?
All the commentary was good.
Did you search it up? Did you search
Yes.
up like the trains not
Yes,
being?
I did it the night before, and nothing came up.
Nothing came up. That's so dog. You should send them a message.
Transperth could be one of the worst network transport systems,
Yeah.
I reckon, in the world. They just every weekend there is always a line closure. Like
Agreed.
how people want to catch the train on the weekend to go drink.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
Yeah, you didn't want to
Are
say.
you just encouraging them to give their money to Uber drivers instead of Transperth?
I'm going to send a formal complaint.
Isn't there like it's called DD? Yeah.
DD, yeah.
DD, yeah. It's cheaper apparently.
Yeah, by about $2. If you're that tight, then
yeah.
But you're cashed up. You're the number one cashy man in WA at the moment. That shouldn't be a problem for you. You can get a Uber helicopter with your money at the moment.
You gotta save your cash, people. You gotta save up.
What if you just searched up?
No, I'm just looking at the Drizzy's text line.
Yeah, okay. Well, Drizzy's text line, you've got the questions there.
Why is my screen not like moving?
Probably because you need to move the mouse.
It's not moving, I swear.
Looks frozen to me. Anyway, Drizzy's text line. Jaden Akers has sent through multiple questions. He says, "Who's the most up and coming wingman in the Colts competition at the moment?"
You want to throw any Perth boys up there, Drizzy?
Probably himself.
It's not 2023 anymore.
We just had Ollie McManus in the studio, and as Ollie was leaving and Aiden was walking in, it's devouring his banana, and it was just chatting about him playing reserves tomorrow and saying, "Oh, has the coach given you a bit of, instructions? Are you going inside, or do you have to stay a bit out?" And Aiden was getting very excited,
yeah,
and I was just thinking, why does that matter to you? You've never played inside in your life. You're an outside player through and through.
Yeah, I know. I've always been an outside player, but I'm kind of feeling bad for him because like playing resi is like already in the league. In the league, it's hard to get it on the wing. My brother's experienced it. I've watched him play on the wing, and it's so much different than AFL. They just don't use the wings at all. So I couldn't imagine
Waffle or AFL?
In Waffle League. Yeah. So I couldn't imagine it in like Waffle reserves. Like the poor guy's probably going to be marinating out there. So I asked him if he could slide in a bit into the mid to help out, or does he have to hold his width? Coach said he has to hold his width. So normal wing role, and I just feel bad for him. But like he could be the up and coming winger.
He could.
I saw his height just before, like right next to him. He's pretty good height. So he's around 6 foot. Yeah. He looks
Probably,
around. He looks around 6 foot. Yeah.
He's 180. Yeah.
Yeah.
And while we're on him, holy shit, he sounds and talks just like his father.
Does he?
Spitting image, as they say in the paper.
Yeah. I saw them kicking the other day. Oh, he's getting the extras in. I respect it.
He looks to be an overager in the state 18s next year if he doesn't get drafted. But yeah, so any Perth winger? Nate Tomasini. I'm just looking at the lineup for tomorrow. He's on a wing.
I was going to say
one player I will throw up from Swan Districts. Cooper Rollo, really good winger.
Rollo,
yeah. Sorry, he's most often than not he's in the best every week for Swans on the wing. So
Maznod prodigy,
left footer. So he's one. Lucas Sandage probably plays a bit more inside, but he's a winger as well.
Yeah. Does Hudson Walker play on the wing?
Yeah, he's playing obviously state into the moment. He's more of a forward, half forward wing. Sort of like you, I reckon.
Yeah, well, maybe Hudson Walker.
Nuggety type.
There's a few boys that could probably play that role. Oh, Banfield play on the wing a little bit? Or no?
Yeah, he's wing, traditionally.
Yeah, so him as well. So.
Jaden Akers says, West Perth team, where are your thoughts in the Colts? They had a strong win over Claremont. And I reckon that's Claremont's not season done, but three-peat. I reckon you could almost put a line through it. They're 4-5 now. They have a bye as well, so they're not going to be able to have a chance.
They're sitting on the same amount of wins as Perth.
Back themselves up.
Perth have a game in hand.
We have a game in hand. So
but West Perth Colts, they looked really good in that game. Like they have some outs, and it was the second and third quarter where they just got a run on. So I reckon they should be setting themselves for the double chance at least. I think it's pretty safe to say West Perth should make finals, but we know that you have to finish top 3 ideally to go deep.
Are Claremont missing finals?
I think so. I don't know. I feel like Subiaco might be between them and Subiaco.
So who's jumping up? Perth.
Perth the great
coming through.
Perth the great unknown.
If you could be a bit consistent.
Yeah, yep, that's what the coach has been telling them.
Really?
Like, yeah.
So they must be listening to this podcast and listening to what Ethan has to say each and every week.
Yeah,
the thing is,
that's the only thing.
The thing is, Claremont are going to get players back, so they could make finals. But I don't know if I just think you have to finish top 3. Like I know Swan Districts went on a run on last year to make the grand final, but I feel like you have to finish top 3 at the moment. Yep. South Freo, East Freo, and West Perth are head and shoulders above the rest. I think Subiaco. Yeah, they're been a bit of a surprise, as we've sort of said this year. But
no, West Perth definitely coming good. So.
And then on that note, Jaden Akers also said Lockie Akers, Max Connell, Avon Druitt also had a reserves debut, which meant that the Colts had 3 late inclusions. So it's just like a domino effect because obviously there's a lot of drama happening at West Perth at the moment. Jonty Ralph Smith says Lucas Robertson discuss his progression and why he will suit Dockers. Now, probably got to put this to bed. He had 45 disposals and 2 goals for Hale. Didn't feature in the top 5. He didn't get a single nomination. I'm not saying...
Yeah. Explain to these guys. Like, people have been asking me why... Like, a couple of people asked me why Lucas Robertson didn't get in the top 5.
He didn't...
Tell them.
He didn't... No one nominated him. And... Okay, he should have maybe. But also, every PSA... feature is usually against Christchurch, and I just thought we'd like let it down a little bit. And you know, I know that's people saying, "Oh, you got to be fair. You can't. You got to do the top 5. It's the top 5. Doesn't matter the opponent. It should be what should be." But
100%.
I don't know.
If they're not nominating, like it's none of us.
Maybe they just thought it's
they're to nominate. They're to nominate. And if people are watching at home and they've just seen me with a reaction on my face, just because I pulled up the stats from the Hale Christchurch game, and Lucas Robinson had 194 fantasy points. That is a massive.
Val Davies from Scotch had 194 a few weeks back as well. I think he featured.
That's insane.
That is massive. He actually had 31 handballs and only 14 kicks.
So he's in the state 18s.
It was wet, wasn't it? Yeah.
He's a train on. He's a train on the state 18s. Won the 16s MVP last year, and he Dockers NGA. So
usually it only takes that one game though. Like, shouldn't he just slot straight back in? Like, I understand he can't play this weekend, obviously.
For the 18s, you mean?
Yeah, for the 18s.
He's only a train on, so...
Yeah.
And who knows? What they do is, like, they usually add, like, a lot of guys in the last game of the champs. Considering it looks pretty unlikely WA going to be able to win it. That's what they do. Not to hand guys, but they do a lot of for the guys for the next year. They use the last game as a sort of like an early game. I think last year, like a lot of those guys that came in the last game, like Wes Wally came in, and that sort of thing. So,
well, if he's won the 16s, like beat it, like best player, like surely just give him a crack every
late
game.
Grace boy
In the 18s, yeah. Late Grace produce the goods, fluffy,
and a few more. This is a longer.
JR Proud 1, 2, 3 with a J. Yep. Lachlan Jones and Rafe Williamson debut on the weekend for West Perth. There's only the one in. Lockie Jones is in. Rafe is a emergency.
Yeah, 16s. Rafe Williamson, believe he was one of the best on in that game for WA against South Australia.
And he can't even get in the team.
Yeah,
in
but
the Colts team.
I guess
He's
state 16s take priority. Max Burberry, how good is Harper Banfield? Haven't seen a lot of him this year just because obviously PSA and there's a lot of talk about Charlie Banfield.
He's cracked the shits, Drizzy.
What are you doing?
Hang on.
Does he not know how to operate a laptop or something?
No, it's frozen.
Why is your task manager bar thing down the bottom so small?
My girlfriend set it all up.
Oh, did you only just... No, he's on the run sheet now.
Yeah, it's on there, but it's just...
No, you just have to close it and open it again.
I did.
Well, it's working now.
And then...
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so Harper Banfield looks a pretty good prospect. It has some high numbers in the PSA, but early days for him. And then I just wanted to quickly look at the inclusions for the East Perth game. Yeah, Patrick Button, a 15-year-old debuting for Colts East Perth tomorrow.
Sorry, say again?
15 years old. Debuting Colts tomorrow. Patrick Button.
What was I doing at 15?
Respect it.
From the South Perth Junior Football Club.
I don't think I could get a touch in year 9 football when I was 15. That would have been year 10s, actually.
Futures
Yeah, year 10,
last
yeah.
game was
I wasn't even playing in year 10.
round 7 East Claremont. So, wow.
Number 57 too. That's a heavy number. That's heavier than my long sleeve
Yeah,
jumper.
what? That's nearly your umpiring number.
The old 60. Are we moving on to the top 5?
Yeah, sure.
Happy with that. The recap of the top 5 on the weekend delivered by yours truly.
Hang on, sorry. Finn Tomasini.
Yes.
He's back in for Perth. It's going to be a very good player.
Thanks.
You know, the next game for the 16s is on the 19th of July.
What?
Their
Really?
next game, yeah, there's a massive break. I don't know
Why is
why.
there such a big break?
Why have they gone away from the championships being through the July school holidays, which is starting this weekend, to spreading it all out?
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I don't like that.
All right, so yeah, the top 5 from the weekend. Cooper Matera at number 5. Impressive game in front of the sticks. Jack McAuliffe, Jaden Summerall, Lucas Santich. And you can't beat the WA 16s, boys. Getting the big win against SA up at Joondalup on the weekend with a couple of very good players leading the way. And as Cal Twomey has stated, the number 1 draft pick for the 2027 draft.
Is it locked in?
I like it.
Yeah. It's what do they have? 23 disposals, 29 hit outs.
That's insane.
He's 201
That's freaky.
centimeters. Obviously, we've talked about him before.
Still growing, you would say. If you're 16, you are still growing.
Brother of Xavier. So yeah, could it be pick 1? Will he want to go to Tassie? I don't know.
Well, he won't get the choice.
Just quietly, that's insane because as you say, he's still growing and his body's developing. Obviously, it's not stopping him because if he's getting touches like Luke Jackson out there, versatile ruck already being how young he is, that's threatening signs.
And how exciting for us here in WA to potentially have a top draft pick or top 3 draft pick from our state. Who would have been the last?
David Swallow in 2010 was the last
Really?
pick, yeah. And we had Harley Bennell that year go pick 2 as well. Obviously, that's when an expansion club came in. So maybe it's
That was
meant
probably
to
the
be.
best year.
There's something around,
Cornelio
there's
went-
something around the air when these players are born.
Yeah,
Mm.
Stephen
The
Cornelio.
parents know there's an expansion club coming in that year, so they breed some good chickens.
Stephen Cornelio went pick 2, 2011. Then outside of that, we've had a lot of top 10 picks. Logan McDonald went pick 4, but so much to play out. Think about Axel Walsh's perspective, right? He's 16 years old. He's getting tagged and all this stuff, and we're guilty of it as well. But what do you reckon that would do? I'm sure he has a really good head on his shoulders and that sort of thing. But people saying you're going to be pick 1 more than 2 years out from your draft,
What, he's played 1 16s game?
yeah, I don't know, just the pressure that it could create.
Just don't buy in on it. Honestly, just don't even listen to it, but don't go into it too deeply because you just got to put it past you and go to the next game. To be honest, just focus on game by game. Focus on your team around you. Don't focus so much on yourself. Just keep playing your role. Keep playing the way you play. Don't try and be a bowl hog. Don't try and do any of that. Stay humble as much as you can. Yeah. That's what I would say to the bloke.
100%. What's happened in the last week? Holy shit, it's been a big week, like we said at the top of the show.
Yeah.
There's a couple of job vacancies open at a couple of football clubs at the moment. I guess we'll start with West Perth. The league coach has been sacked, and from all reports, the whole coaching staff has walked out, Ethan, which was news to me this morning.
A player, Dean Munns, their co-captain, walked out as well. So,
Wow.
yeah, don't really know the ins and outs of it exactly, but they only gave him 28 games, Jason Salicic, and he was, sort of, I don't know, come out of nowhere maybe, but
And it's not like they're doing horrible.
yeah, I think it's just,
Inconsistent.
from what I know, the board wants to look at a new direction, so
Interesting.
yeah.
And then more so the underage stuff. East Perth as well during the week.
Yeah, I
And
suppose.
that's a bit of a shock because they're one game out from the top 5.
Yeah, well, their coach, Jeff Abbott, he's been there for a while, not only in the coaching role, but the talent pathway, many different roles. So, yeah, he's been there for a while. I think the Subiaco loss was probably just the final nail in the coffin, maybe. Yeah, hard to tell, but Ben Willett, who's the current backline coach, is going to take over for the rest of the season. So, yeah, who knows? Drizzy, you could put your hand up to be a senior coach of a Colts team if you want. It's not your beloved Demons, but what do you reckon that's like? Have you ever been through a process where like a coach has left or been sacked midway through, and how would that affect players for the rest of the year? Like,
I did have a coach. I think it was closer to the end of the season. He was there for a while though. I don't want to name them. I think his name was Michael Pratt. I don't know if he got the sack or he went to East Perth. I think he moved on, but then they also said like, you got to go, whatever. But yeah, honestly, you just got to. It's a good question because I don't know. You just got to keep playing the way you're playing. Like it was tough. It was different for Perth, I suppose, because we were always in that rough sort of stage. Yeah. Like when I first got there, we like 2 years before that, all the way till I was there from like 15. We didn't start getting good till 16. Like we were getting beaten by like 100 plus points. So
East Perth are an interesting one because they've had worse years, but it feels like for a while they just don't seem to be up to the levels of other Colts teams. And there's always...
What was their best year? The year with Jai Amos, Jimmy Tunstall...
Yeah, I mean,
Ethan Regan.
They made a grand final like a few years before that. I think 2016.
But in terms of recent years, that was probably
the last best
year.
Like even in like their talent space, like there just seems to always be a bit of not stability with like their talent space. So I don't know. The resources probably you have to dig a bit deeper into it, but yeah, I don't know. It's clean slate. Sometimes the best thing. I know it's not. I know it's
really unique for underage footy as well for this to happen. I don't think it happens too much at Colts level footy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You get a lot of people like question it and be like, "Oh, you coach."
I feel like as well. I don't want to like make too many sort of like calls or anything, but maybe they want maybe a bit of a younger coach. Jeff Abbott, I would say, is like the oldest coach. Was the oldest Colts coach in the comp by like a fair way, and so maybe they need a younger person to be able to relate to the players a bit more because they are just like young kids.
Yeah, and
so you look at a lot of the other coaches, like Matt Rogers is quite young, and even like all of them really like, Armstrong with Swan Districts. Like, I feel like maybe being a younger, and that sounds maybe a bit disrespectful, but
he's already a premiership coach.
Yeah. So
they just got to stay positive. Yeah, they could get a really good coach. You never know.
Staying on the Waffle news, Tony Knott announced his retirement. Last night. Tomorrow will be his final game of Waffle footy for Swan District.
No doubt go there. Surely.
I would love to be there, but I'll be
on 7+.
I'll be at
he'll be playing. No,
I'll be at Baldivers.
Tune into Sport FM.
We'll be losing by 150.
I don't think that's ever going to be recreated. Playing over 300 games.
What, for any waffle?
Nah. I feel like even getting into 150 now is rare.
That's like it's kind of sad.
Like Dean Munns, who's walked out of West Perth, he's 144 and he's a stalwart of a big stalwart. I feel like 150 in itself, like 300. I'm telling you right now, that will never be repeated.
Club legend, yeah. I'm sure
he broke the record.
So he is the record holder.
The Swans,
The Swans or the waffle? Because obviously back in the day...
overall, I'm pretty sure.
It's a massive achievement.
So...
And especially he was travelling up from down south every Saturday as well. Was he?
Training down there with Bustleton or one of the teams in the Southwest.
He wasn't even training with the boys for the last 5 years or whatever it's been. Which is crazy.
And I suppose now that Swan Districts, it's pretty clear that they're not going to be able to win the flag. Like...
Get someone in.
It's probably why he's made the decision rather than the end of the year.
It's probably getting a bit too wet and cold. For his older body.
But he'll
exactly.
He could dominate.
He's been
Southwest
around
footy.
Yeah,
he could dominate what?
Southwest footy. If he wants to play that.
He probably will. All right, the girls. They went over to RSCA Park, the home of St Kilda, the best deck in Melbourne according to Drizzy.
Did I say that? One of the best.
You said it was very good last week.
Yeah, very, very good day.
The girls, they led all day until the last quarter, or until when it really mattered. There was a goal scored with about 5 seconds to go. Couldn't score a goal in that last quarter and just weren't able to hang on.
It is heartbreaking, but from what I know, Queensland is seen as the benchmark this year.
Well,
Apparently, Davies is like projected to be a top 5 pick. I heard Trent Cooper speak, so he was pretty positive about this game. You know, obviously very disappointing. Anytime you lose, especially in the nature that they did, but
good to see Mia Russo.
Yeah.
Well, she probably played last year, but finally in the draft.
She's had some injury troubles. She's been sick as well. So, yeah, but I think I feel like in hearing Trent speak, the thing about the champs is like a lot of the time for the women's, the sort of certain draftees are already known before the champs, but in this case and last year it happened, like players able to put their best foot forward. So hopefully there's a number drafted, but at least we get a chance to redeem ourselves against South Australia.
Good inside 50 count here.
One player I reckon who could go very high in the draft. I would not be surprised if she's arguably our top prospect. Maybe not the top prospect, but one of you, and probably starting to get a bit noticed over East is Swan District's Karis Diodario. Like she wasn't there. She had interrupted years state-wise, but she's someone who just natural ball winner. Like I feel like she's one of their better players, and maybe she's not even getting those to the full max just yet.
She's always been a gun. Through junior footy as well. Kicked
a goal from like 50 metres on the run in this game.
Yeah, right. I reckon I would have umpired her plenty of times when she was probably 14, 13.
Yeah.
Just a gun at that age already.
Skillful already, yeah.
And obviously, the older you get, the more you mature, your skills get better.
And Swan District's struggle. When she's not there in the Waffle W, like Swan District's, they're versing Claremont tomorrow. Like they really struggle without her, so her absence is being felt. But Juliet Kelly's the other one for Claremont, who she had 48 disposal game. Remember we talked about that high tackle numbers. She's another one who's probably maybe a draft bolter if you want to call it that. But she didn't play in the championships last year because she was at the championships for international rowing.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
you're kidding.
Yeah,
priorities.
Multi-sport athlete.
Yeah,
so rowing out of all sports.
So yeah,
I got some mates that do rowing, and
God, that's got to be hard.
Could not think of anything worse. They wake up at 4 o'clock every morning to go row and then go to work. So why would you want to do that with your life?
That's tormenting your body, man.
If you're actually good at it and it's actually maybe a sport that isn't for 4 o'clock every morning, before work, then valid. But if you're doing that every morning,
well, think about the fitness side. Like that would be very, very fair.
Cool.
Yeah. Course.
I reckon there'll be some changes though.
I reckon you'd be a good rower.
Yeah, I don't know though. No, I reckon my brother better because he's got a lot more endurance
and probably spent some more time in the gym.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the team list for the Waffle W, and there will probably be some changes for the game against South Australia. Lyra Fatu, who I called her game in the Waffle W last week, she's coming into the year was one of our top prospects, but only played her first game of the year against Subiaco, who, by the way, Subiaco finally lost the game in the Waffle W, didn't score a goal. So that was
finally lost the game.
Really?
They didn't score a goal.
Shit. Good to see you lads are tuning into our commentary. Nah, kidding.
Sorry,
I'm kidding. I'll take that with a grain of salt. Lyra Fatu, she'll probably come back into the lineup. AFLW Academy member. She's Perth Lynx contracted as well. So we're talking about multi-sport athletes. Yeah, Perth Lynx contracted. So she's going to have to probably choose between footy and basketball at some stage, maybe.
She must be huge. She told me.
You mentioned multi-sports, basketball, Perth Lynx, but Perth Heat, you see that they're no longer going to be playing in the Australian Baseball League.
Really?
I did hear something about that.
I read something the other day and I was like, what? I thought they were a really successful organisation.
Yeah.
Not that I follow
I've heard of that as well.
And then
everyone has,
We'll probably quickly touch on the 18s boys. Obviously, they're versing the Allies this Sunday. I just reckon the difference between being 2-1 if they can win as opposed to 1-2 is enormous if we lose. Like heading into the last game as well, which is next week, so 2 weekends in a row they'll play. And Allies are going to be tough. Like,
do we want to play any other side than SA at the moment? I swear the 18s played them 2 weeks ago, then 16s played them last week, and then now the girls are playing them this week.
Well, the boys versus the Allies on Sunday, so...
Yeah, I know, it's a change up, finally.
Yeah, finally.
Obviously...
the girls played Queensland last week.
Yeah, and then... I don't know if there'll be a lot of changes for the champs. I mean, because looking at the Colts ins and outs. We have Ryder Luke who's out of the Colts. I don't know if that's because he's going to be playing 18s, or if he's been pushed up. Let's have a look. To reserves. Nah, he's not in. He's not in the reserves. So that would suggest if Ryder Luke's going out, that would suggest he's going to be playing state 18s. He kicked 8 goals, obviously. Could be a change up. I feel like they need to get him in there.
Agreed.
Is that reserves?
Yeah, I feel like they need to do something.
I feel like you don't just want to hand out games, but over a 4-game championship carnival.
Yeah.
If you're in a squad, like unless you're injured or your form's down, like you need to probably be given a game at least. Unless you're like a train on. But
do you know Sam Cameron?
Yeah.
Is he playing reserves?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so. Yeah. He's been playing reserves for a while.
Back surgery or something last year.
Yeah.
He was out for ages.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Came in and played a game of cricket at our cricket club last year or the year before.
Yeah.
Hit 100 on debut.
Bro, what?
and on the carpet cricket. Not in my team. I just saw the photo.
Yeah.
Saw it and then didn't see him for ages because he had back problems. Couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then came and played a couple of games with us last year. We were trying to get him to play footy with us this year, but clearly he'd rather play at Perth.
He's still he's a good player.
Yeah, gun from all reports.
Should we move on to the tips?
Yes, tips. Actually, no, PSA last night.
Also, sorry, Mitch Marsh. Did you see him last weekend? The Bison. What
are you doing on the weekend?
The second Mitch Marsh.
I
think he had a couple of goals again.
Shock.
Yeah.
Who'd they play again? They played. No, they didn't play on the weekend. It would have been.
Oh, didn't they?
Would have been Sandford underage footy. Sandford Juniors, as they call them. I think. They don't even call them Colts or anything. It's juniors. PSA. You went to the Scotch Wesley game. A big upset.
Yeah, huge. I wasn't expecting it. I was there. Yeah, sort of first quarter. Wesley were just there from the front. Yeah, they rocked up. I don't think Scotch did at all. Yeah. So Wesley, I think they were up by like 20 points. Going into the second. And then Scotch kicked like 3 in a row, so it was like pretty even. And then bang.
I'm just looking at the Aquinas game.
Yeah. Oh, did you get the...
Oscar Richardson kicked 5 goals.
Is that a late outpost?
Shit.
Yeah, Kobe LaCroix was out with illness.
Oh, you got the...
Mitch Parker had a debut and kicked a goal. So Kobe LaCroix's loss is really? Mitch Parker's gain. Aquinas have won 57 outgoes. I know it's like a very historic competition.
So Scotch or Aquinas?
Sorry, Aquinas. Did I say that? 56 outgoes.
It's been going for a very long time.
Oh, well over 100 years, yeah.
And they've always been leading from the front with Scotch. What was the other game? The other game, there was one. What game didn't we get results for on Premier Data that aren't out yet? The Trinity Hale game, was it? I have no word on that game.
Yeah.
Obviously, Hale would have won, you would have thought.
But yeah, yesterday it was all the Wesley boys played really well.
I can confirm Hale won 121 to 68.
Sheesh.
So that's a good effort from Trinity. Yesterday it would have been a nice.
That's pretty high scoring. Very high scoring from both teams.
Considering what happened last Saturday compared to the weather we had yesterday,
it's
a big improvement.
You're right. That was a lovely day yesterday.
I imagine Trinity, that still would have been a swamp. You would have imagined yesterday.
Yeah.
Would have been horrible. So that's so they're going to school holidays now for 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not sure exactly.
Frees up some Colts availability.
So Colts availability for the PSA guys for a couple of weeks, and obviously no PSA. School holidays. And then they'll be back. They don't play a Thursday game when they come back, do they? It's straight back to Saturdays. Yep. Straight back to Saturdays.
Straight back to Saturdays.
I don't mind the Thursday games.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's another midterm.
Yeah, it'll be
the
Borders weekend.
Yeah, the Borders weekend.
All right, the tips for the weekend. Guys, let's ramble through these. We don't have too much time remaining. The Demons, they're heading out to Fremantle Oval tomorrow morning. Very early start.
Very early wake up, Drizzy.
Luckily, you live.
Luckily, I'm right next to it. Yeah, 10-minute drive for me.
Luckily, you can leave at 7:45 and get there for 8 if you can find a car park.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. Yeah, can you park?
Where do visitors have to park?
Can you park in that car park?
I
don't know if
think
you can.
South Freo players can. I'm
No,
not sure
mate,
about
I get the
visitors.
train or I get Ubers.
You get the Ubers, right?
Driving to a football game at Freo is not fun.
Might just get dropped off and then maybe like run home or something.
I'm sorry, Drizzy. You guys are
No, run to the game. Warm up.
Run to the game.
It's all
warm up.
downhill. It's uphill on the way home.
To be fair, that is true.
You guys are no chance.
Sorry.
Nah, you could be. You could be.
Stiff.
You guys only lost
If
to
you're
them
going
by
to tip the Demons
32.
here, if you're going to tip the Demons here, you really want to lose this tipping competition.
Really?
Well, I can't see you winning.
I can. No bias. Wait. Let me see the ins and
Full
outs.
of shit, this guy.
So
It's on you know you've got a computer as well.
but this is on
Will
my
Oakley is
email.
playing. Finn Tomasini.
Yeah, Will Oakley, Finn Tomasini in, gun players. Come on now, we got a couple of ins. Robbie Worrell about to kick 3 goals tomorrow. Trust me, they're gonna go better than you think.
No, South Freo by 50.
Oh, what?
Yeah, South Freo for one.
Maybe not 50.
They don't have Jacob
That's
Donald.
insane.
They don't have Jacob Donald, so that helps you guys out.
They've
but-
got the depth according to Jacob. Swan Districts and East Perth. Now, can East Perth continue the what do you call it? The tradition of sacking a coach and winning the week
I swear
after?
it always happens, hey.
Or will Swan Districts win at home? I think Swan Districts will win at home.
The Black Ducks. Yeah, Swannies.
I'm going to stick to that tradition. I'm going to go
Oh.
left for field to you guys. I'm going to say East Perth.
Okay.
Really?
They'll be disappointed with that loss to Subi.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, this game will be interesting, I think. Subiaco and
Game
East
of the
Freo.
round.
Yeah, game of the round. I think Swans and East Perth could easily be as well. But
and
couple of promotions for the East Freo boys going up to reserves. So they're going to lose 2 of their captains. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
2 of their captains.
2 of their 7 captains.
So they're down to 5 captains and what? Is there any at state level? No. No, none would be travelling with the boys to Marvel.
Don't think so.
Subiaco, on the other hand, only got the part of the state squad.
Walker.
What do we think about this?
I'm feeling a bit of an upset brewing here.
For Subiaco?
Having said that, James Artemis 16s comes in. Hunter Hearn, who's a co-captain of the 16s, comes in. So they replace that leadership a little bit, but it's not really the same because he's new to the Colts. I reckon I don't tip too many times against East Round, but I'm going to say Subiaco. How about Darcy Montgomery's celebration as well?
Yeah, that was
Can we
good.
just give that a shout out?
Yeah.
The soccer off the ground in the wet, the Ronaldo slide.
That was nice. That was alright.
Shame he didn't go for as long as he would have liked. He only slid for probably 3 metres.
Yeah.
If he went for at least 5, maybe
Yeah.
10,
Do you reckon
that
that
would've
was
been so
planned or
good.
like if he's kicking a goal?
I reckon
Or
it's
just-
instinct.
Do you reckon it was just
Instinct.
instinct? It was the
Yeah.
sealer in the wet.
He's kicked it off the
That's
ground.
good.
Got to do it. All right. I'm
Agree.
going to go Subiaco as well here. I think they're well placed, and I've been with them all time, all season.
East Freo were really convincing against Swans, but
I think
Subi.
East Freo with a couple of guys out up to the Rezzies. I think Subiaco, this could be their chance to get another win on the board.
I'm going to say Subi by 8 points.
So we're all on Subi.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. West
gonna be close.
Perth and Peel Thunder, you would think that West Perth will win by 60 plus.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but
Yeah.
that's just the way Peel are
Obviously,
tracking
Peel
this
only
year.
scored the 1 goal against South Fremantle. Yeah, West Perth for mine.
Yeah, West Perth as well.
All right. No PSA this week, but obviously the 2 state games that we'll tip into. We'll start off with the girls taking on SA at Claremont on Sunday. I'm going to go WA girls.
Yeah, WA girls.
WA at home.
At home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I think West Perth are feeling the full brunt of availability in terms of that domino effect that we spoke about in terms of people going up to reserves and that impacting because Cooper Buick is out for their Colts clash and he's playing reserves tomorrow. That always happens and he could be leading the Jack Clark medal.
Yeah.
So, but I still think they'll win. But he's just been such a ball magnet in that team. They're also without their ruck, Sebastian Hewitt. So I don't know. Peel could be a bit more.
Crazy how, like, obviously, if a coach gets sacked, AFL level players are not going to walk out.
Yeah.
But like at this level of football, it's it's obviously
Yeah.
the highest level of footy there is in the state. But like, it's just crazy how players walk out. The whole coach's box walks out. Like
Yeah.
it's just
On the same page.
it's just crazy.
Why?
That is
Can
crazy,
someone
yeah.
tell me why PO only have 2 emergencies for the Colts? Is that just like availability or
Probably,
something?
yeah, probably.
Anyway,
Shit.
Jax Williams is playing, who's in the state. Anyway, sorry. I'll tip. Yeah, we all tip
All tip the
WA.
girls, and the boys are taking on the Allies at Marvel. 11:45. You'll be able to watch that on the AFL app. Same with the girls. And
good game.
hopefully it's on Fox, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Don't think it is.
Usually the Marvel games are on Fox.
Allies.
Yeah.
I'll tip the Allies.
Valid. Yeah, valid. I don't know. It's tough. This one's gonna be close, I think.
You know, I swear every time we record this and the champs are on, the team comes out like not long after we finish recording.
Yeah,
Wait,
we're recording earlier today as well. I
Allies
think.
1 and 2, yeah.
They're 1 and 1.
One and
no,
one.
they've only played the one game.
Oh, they've only played one game.
Yeah, I genuinely think WA might win just because they've been playing more footy. They haven't played with each other since the 1st of June. And they don't train with each other.
Yeah, shit, true. Yeah.
So it's been a month since they've been with each other. I think
That would
WA
have
will
to be
win.
hard.
Oh.
Yeah. There would be selfish players
And
out there. I
especially because
reckon
they're
there
not
would
just
be-
from one
yeah.
state. Queensland, Tassie, New South Wales.
ACT.
I'm going
Darwin.
WA. WA, back the boys in. Come on, boys, get up.
Yeah, I'm going WA as well. I think it'll be a good game. I think that'll be the game of the day at Marvel. I think South Australia will beat Vic Country by 60.
I feel like it's going to be weird watching
Great.
an 18s game on AFL.com.au that's at Marvel.
Yeah, I
My
think it might
memories
be,
are
it
just
might be on
Fox.
Fox.
It's got to be on
I
Fox.
don't think it is.
Our game at RSCA, the St Kilda's home
I know.
ground, is
Yeah,
on
and
Fox. That game.
also your
It's gotta
first
be.
game against the Allies when you got pumped.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. Sorry to break it to you. I could be wrong. What are we doing? Guarantees and
Certainties and can't wins. You take it away, boys, for now. I'm just trying to find the guide.
research.
All right.
Any level of football.
Any level of football. Do you want to go first, Heath?
Okay, I'll go with my certainty. Okay, I'm sticking clear of Collingwood and West Coast. I enjoy doing this in waffle, I'm going to say. Certainty. You know what? I'll be bold. Subiaco are a certainty against East Fremantle in the Cox.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any under 18s on.
Do you know what I'm gonna do?
Just the
I'm
cricket
gonna,
on
I'm gonna
ESPN.
do I'm gonna do Perth League getting up against South Freo League
As a certainty.
as a certainty.
Okay.
Yep.
Obviously, it went down narrowly in round one, but
Mm.
okay,
gonna
don't
be-
mind it. Don't mind
It's
it.
gonna be game of the round, I think, in the league.
What was that, sorry?
Perth getting up against South Freo in the league.
Okay.
Certainly.
Okay. I haven't even thought about this yet, to be honest. I'm going to go my can't win. Or was that certainty we're doing?
Yeah.
Certainly first, yeah.
Certainty will be Freo will bounce back against St Kilda to win.
Yep.
Bounce back from
Yeah, last
that ugly
yeah.
loss
Yeah.
on that Thursday or Friday night.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah, I think they'll bounce back and beat St Kilda this time by.
It's like so long ago.
Yeah, well, but
That's crazy how it wasn't even that long ago though.
Yeah.
This is what shits me about the AFL fixture. Why on earth?
Optus again as well.
No, they played a Marvel.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, I swear there was
What game?
I swear there was a
St Kilda game. It was at Marvel. Where
No,
they-
he's talking about last week against Essendon.
Oh,
No, I'm talking about I
Kilda.
am talking about the St Kilda game. I
No,
swear
that
they
was
played- I swear they
Marvel.
Was there a game before at Optus? Or am I
St
tripping?
Kilda.
Yeah.
No.
last year.
Oh.
But the AFL fixture shits me. Why are teams
Yeah.
playing teams twice before they've played one team?
Agreed.
Like
Yeah.
West Coast, we've played Carlton twice in the space of probably since gather round and 2 weeks ago. And when we're playing Collingwood for the first time,
Yeah.
we haven't played. I don't think we played the Bulldogs. Like it's just why
It is
we haven't
stupid,
We haven't
yeah.
played Hawthorn. I don't think. Like why are we playing teams twice before we play a team once?
Yeah.
Does not make
Agreed.
sense.
Well, Freo just quietly 5 in a row.
Well, it's on the cards, is it?
So it could, no, it
Oh,
could
they
be,
already
could be
got it,
six,
didn't they?
six,
Last
in a row.
week was
Six,
five.
Could be
six.
6 this weekend. Yeah.
I know my can't win. South Australia can't beat WA's girls in the 18s.
Ooh,
I was
like
going to
it.
say
Sorry,
Waffle W one.
SA can't beat.
Can't beat us in the 18s girls. Hate to. That would probably. If it comes back to bite me, I'm sorry, but
Usually
I was
does.
going to do something Waffle W, but stick in that women's space. I'm doing the East Freo West Perth game on Sunday. Commentary. So.
Can't wins. Who we got? I'm gonna go.
Thinking South Freo in the Cops.
It might it might be an easy one, but there's not really much else in the AFL. Melbourne can't beat Gold Coast. Just say that. Yeah.
Now,
Or Sydney can't beat Bulldogs tonight.
no, that'll be a good game.
CG.
It'll be close. I reckon.
Right,
The
Sydney
Bulldogs,
can't beat
if anything, I'd have the Swans as slight favourites.
Bont 250.
It's 250th game.
That's insane when you think about it.
It's a lot of games.
He's 29. He's played 250 games.
Yeah.
The old Hawthorn supporter.
Yeah.
Or was it
It's
Richmond?
crazy.
one of those two.
I can't remember. Yeah, one of those two.
And then
Get him on the
obviously,
line, Driz.
Yeah.
and obviously he's going to be at the West Coast Eagles next year, according to all reports. My can't win. Now I said that South Australia will win by 60 points in the state 18s, but now I think about it, it's the first time they're travelling this year as a group. Big country. Some of them might be in their own beds. I don't know. Well, it depends where they live. But I'm just gonna go.
That
Big
is
country can't win.
Mm-hmm.
But I take the 60 points back. I don't think it'll be a thrashing.
Yep. Yeah, I like it.
But Big country won't win. I'm still tipping SA. Okay, that's the tips done for the weekend. Drizzy's fines.
Anything.
I've got one for you, Drizz.
$2
$2 for every Instagram reel you're doing for cash at the moment. So what's that?
Nah,
$4?
I don't get paid for it. No, I'm not
you
getting
get
paid.
free dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, but promoting.
Yeah, cash.
Yeah.
Cash in hand.
There was
What about finding yourself always asking for the run sheet?
vouchers. So you got to, yeah, true.
No, I'm kidding.
True. The run sheet, nah. So no, that's I'm loving that at the moment. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's good. Well, they get a reward as well, if that makes sense. Like I'm helping.
Oh, yeah.
I'm helping all them out as well.
It's not just one way.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
No,
is
it's
Little
good.
Creatures on a cold Thursday night? 'Cause
Yeah,
usually
well, we
that'd be
actually
a summer venue.
the like back door was open, so
freezing?
that was annoying, and we were pretty close to it, and it was yeah.
Any
it
TVs
was
with the
pretty
footy?
cold. No, there wasn't actually. That's the only bad thing. But
Yeah,
it's
a brewery needs some TVs
yeah,
with the footy on.
it'll be like a really good. Like I know, like I said, I don't drink much, which I don't. But like it'll be a really good pre-spot, I reckon.
No,
Like
I wouldn't even say that. I would just say
Like, if you're going out in
I would
Freo.
just say an all Saturday spot.
Yeah, okay.
You're
yeah.
parking up there all Saturday, and you
Yeah.
might just rotate to a different brewery.
from like lunch till onwards.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I like it.
2 o'clock or till sunset, and then you
Yeah.
roll into the Arbor.
Yep. I like it. No,
It's like in Bustleton, you've got Rocky Ridge Brewing,
yes.
don't know if you heard of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
There's
I've
the one
heard
in
it,
Dunk.
yeah.
There's one in Dunk
Yeah.
Creek.
and then you can just roll down 400 meters,
Yeah.
and you roll in the
So that's
shelter.
fun. Yeah.
It's
That's
just
true.
places where you can just roll in the breweries.
I would rather go like little pub crawl, pub to pub, than go out.
Obviously,
Yeah, it's just better. No, but like I'm a little bit younger than you.
So is that
Yeah.
the fines?
That is the fine.
no. Oh yeah. Okay, I was going to find Drizzy for something else as well,
I
but
was going to fine him for thinking they're a genuine chance in South Row.
Ah!
No, kidding.
should we put
But
away?
they're a chance. I'm
They're
telling
a
you.
chance, they're a
Wait,
chance.
anyone got a coin right now? We'll
Should we
flip the
do it?
coin.
Should we do a wager between you two for this game?
All right.
Well, what should we do?
All right. I'll get you two both out for a dinner.
If South Row wins.
If South Freo wins.
But that's
Perth
just-
win?
Nah, kidding.
And if
Oh.
Perth win, Ethan?
Tell me any. I'll do it, but they're not going to win. So
I'm happy.
If Perth win,
say anything you like.
I want 20 push-ups in a row on the page.
Okay.
On
Do it
the
right down here.
Yep.
I'll do it on the table.
No,
No,
wait, yeah, here. We good?
Deal. I can't. I cannot lose here. I'm either going to get a free dinner or nothing's going to change. I'm in the best.
Oh wait,
I'm good.
Bray as well. Yeah,
No, I'm not involved. I'm not involved.
Didn't shake the hand.
I didn't. I said it was a wager between you two, not me.
Yeah, fair.
I'm not involved. I'm either going to get a lovely free dinner thanks to Aiden O'Driscoll, or I'm going to watch this idiot do push-ups on my Instagram feed. Cannot wait.
love it.
Ethan,
Use that as motivation.
All right. No, I feel like it's just going to be a good game. I don't know.
I'm not saying it's not.
It'll be close.
I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah.
did you end up testing positive for COVID?
I didn't, but I've heard it's going around like
Yeah, it
like
is.
sweats in like bed. Like it might be, it might just be like a cold. I don't know.
Yeah,
A
probably.
flu.
Well, Driz, I think this has probably been career best for you today. I think you've been in good form today.
What a recovery.
You were horrible last week, I must say. But
What's
you've
that?
stepped up this week.
Yeah.
A week is a long time in podcasting.
Yeah, no, I was I definitely had COVID. I had something wrong with me.
Yeah, but
Not that bad.
your concentration skills were just off. Everything
Yeah,
we asked
I
you
was on.
something. You answered the question 2 minutes later. You'd ask us the question
Yeah,
that we asked you.
yeah.
It's
No,
like,
but I
mate,
thought your
listen.
input was good.
I wasn't locked in enough, but today I was.
Don't
You
worry about
dialed
his.
early.
We're very appreciative of your time here, okay?
No worries.
Yeah,
Thanks,
we'll
fellas.
see you. We'll see you next time. You've been good, Ethan. You've been better than Driz, so well done.
You've been a good boy.
stats
The
today.
benchmark isn't high, but
yeah.
sorry.
All right.
Thanks.
See you later.
See ya.